Do you want to be a Hell Knight and burn your enemies with fire and brimstone of the 9 hells?
Then maybe Illrigger is the perfect class for your next campaign. What's going on, YouTube? I'm the Mind Flayer Slayer.
And I'm Dr. DM, and we're bringing you the Illrigger today. We're very excited to talk about this. This is a class that was originally conceived by Matt Colville. Love him. Check out his channel. He does awesome DM tips and gameplay tips. But we're going to get on to the class now, which has been reworked for D&D 2024, along with all its subclasses. So we're going to get through the class today, let you know our thoughts, and I think you're going to like it because it's pretty damn strong. It's hella strong. Okay, so Illrigger, it's a Hell Knight. They're agents of the 9 hells, archdevils, and let's see what they can do. So starting off at level 1, Illrigger uses a D10 hit die, which is a pretty good frontline die size. It gets light armor, medium armor, and shields. Can use all simple weapons and martial weapons. Con save and charisma as their saving throws.
Your Baleful Interdict is going to be your first level feature. You gain the ability to censor creatures with the powers of hell. Once on your turn, you can place a magical seal on a creature within 30 feet of you. You can either place this seal when you hit that target with a weapon attack, no action required, or you can use a bonus action to place the seal on the target you can see within range. This seal lasts for 1 minute or until burned. We'll be talking about the burning seals in a little bit. The creature with one or more of your seals is going to be referred to as an interdicted creature. Seals you place are going to be invisible, and when you can see an interdicted creature, the seals appear to you as glowing glyphs on the creature's body.
So this is essentially the main combat loop, if you will, for the Illrigger. They use seals, they burn them for damage and a bunch of other effects. So think of it as Paladin's Divine Smite, but like a negative or dark or hell paladin. If you will.
It's almost like you're combining the smite with the hex of a warlock.
Oh, pretty
kind
cool.
Of shoving them together.
Yeah, I like that. You gain seals back on a short or long rest. Always fantastic to get it back on a short rest. And if the interdicted creature dies, you can use a bonus action to move all seals onto a new creature within 30 feet. Then the seal's duration continues to elapse.
As for burning seals, when an interdicted creature you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage from any source other than a seal burned by an Illrigger, you can burn any number of seals you place on them to deal 1d6 fire or necrotic damage of your choice to that creature per seal burned. You deal this damage immediately after the triggering damage. Burning a seal doesn't require an action from you, but you can't do so while you are incapacitated.
This is pretty cool. So this is where you're getting that sort of mini Divine Smites going on.
Correct.
And it is thematic, so it's fire necrotic, which is hell-based. It's really cool. And in addition, it doesn't have to be you who kind of sets off the trigger for the seals. So that interplays really well with your party. So someone's attacking the monster, and then you burn the seal over there. So
it's really cool.
Yeah, really cool. A lot to do, but you're already seeing level 1, the complexity it's baked into this class. We'll see it's very strong, but that comes at a cost.
Once a seal is burned, it immediately vanishes. Once you reach 5th level in this class, your connection to your Archdevil strengthens. Each burned seal deals an extra 1d6 damage, for a total of 2d6. The damage for each seal increases again by 1d6 when you reach 11th level, for a total of 3d6, 20th level, for a total of 4d6. In this class, as indicated in the seal damage column for the Illrigger.
This base ability does grow just like a Divine Smite, so that's really good. Then you have Interdict Save. Class features you gain later can add additional effects to your Baleful Interdict and require your target to make a saving throw to resist them. Saving throw is going to be your DC based on your proficiency and charisma. So we'll see, again, another parallel here to Paladin, which is the charisma base.
Correct.
Okay, and that's kind of, again, the main combat loop with the seals.
Next up, you have your Forked Tongue. This is a first level Illrigger feature. You can instinctively speak, read, and write Infernal. In addition, you can speak 2 other languages of your choice, but you can't read or write them. When you finish a long rest, you can draw on your Archdevil's knowledge to replace one of these 2 languages. When you do, choose another language whose name you know. You magically forget the previous language and gain this new one instead. Once you replace a language in this way, you must finish a long rest before you can do so again. This is great for a campaign where you're going to be dealing with a lot of different cultures, different backgrounds. The ability to, quickly change, languages that you can speak, could be very, very useful in many roleplay scenarios.
Yeah, so you get this awesome combat feature that's already starting at level 1. Remember, Paladins used to just get Divine Smite at level 2. Here you got Illrigger level 1.
Correct.
And you get kind of this ribbon ability, which is surprisingly potent for roleplay, and it's useful in any campaign. And at 9th level, you get another language for a total of 3. And you gain advantage just built in on a Wisdom Insight check made to ascertain intentions, which happens a lot.
For the sincerity of the creatures that you're talking to. That's pretty wild.
Really good. Let's go to level 2.
Combat Mastery. Your Archdevil grants you uncanny skills in a certain form of combat. Choose one of the following Illrigger combat masteries. Bravado. While you're not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus Dex plus Charisma. You can use a shield and still gain this benefit.
That's pretty good.
I mean, very solid.
Dex and Charisma, those are your main stats. So if you go as like dual wielding or whatever, AC is going to be pretty darn high right away with shield.
Absolutely. Brutal. When you hit a creature who is no more than one size larger than you with an attack you make with a melee weapon you are wielding in 2 hands, you can move that target 5 feet horizontally. If you choose, you can then spend your movement to move into the space that they left.
That's not bad. It doesn't provoke attack opportunities, obviously, and doesn't go prone, so this is all right to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a free disengage.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
essentially a disengage.
Yeah, or get somebody, if your wizard's being aggressed, right, you can push that creature away and they can disengage. Then you get inexorable. You gain a +1 bonus saving throws for each hostile creature within 5 feet of you to maximum bonus of +5. This is really good. Saving throws are super critical and really important in D&D, especially 2024. So even if you're fighting a boss, it's a +1 to every single saving throw. This is just for you, not like the Paladin's aura, but still up to +5. That's really strong.
Lies. You can choose one type of melee weapon, such as a battle axe, greatsword, or spear. When you attack with that type of weapon, you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength or dex for the attack and damage rolls. You can choose a new weapon type, which replaces your previous choice when you finish a long rest.
This is crazy. This is just at level 2. You're getting Pact of the Blade, basically,
essentially
without needing to multi-class into Warlock. Super busted. I mean, you can't. It doesn't get better than this.
Absolutely.
You can go kind of single attribute. Yeah. You can go SAD, single attribute dependent. And?
Listen, when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can spend your movement to move 5 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. Again, that ability to disengage. I think that this is someone who's going to want to be switching between a lot of creatures, spreading their damage around, based off of at least their
with the
movement.
seals. Yeah, very cool. And that's, very lithe, and can take all sorts of roles. Okay, you also get Unfettered. When you use your Baleful Interdict to place or burn a seal, the range goes to 60 feet instead of 30, and when you gain Infernal Conduit at level 6, your range is 30 feet instead of touch, so we'll talk about that. In addition, making a range attack within 5 feet of a hostile creature does not impose disadvantage on an attack roll. That's basically a feat just baked into this. So these are really good. These are almost like invocations, even though they also kind of get invocations.
Yes.
So really good.
Very, very similar.
And we're only at level 2, by the way. Okay.
Interdiction comes up next. You can infuse your seals with hellish magic, enhancing their effects. So your interdict boons known. You learn one interdict boon of your choice from the interdict boon section. As you gain levels in this class, you gain additional boons of your choice as shown in the Illrigger table. Each new boon must be of a level you can learn. When you reach 7th level, you can use boons of 2nd or 7th level.
Okay, and you can replace them as you level up. Okay, this actually is more like invocations.
Correct.
Here, and some of them are ultra powerful, just like invocations are. Some boons allow you to expend unplaced seals to fuel abilities, while others empower all your seals or grant you benefits against interdicted creatures. So boons that grant passives, always on benefits such as Swift Retribution are marked with a passive tag, so you know what you can take and how you want to build around boons for your particular Illrigger.
Again, very complicated class, not recommended for new players, but if you are a D&D pro, you are going to love jumping into a game with an Illrigger.
If you like the crunchiness and grittiness and the power that comes right away, and you're kind of mixing already Paladin with Warlock in the negative plane, so really cool.
Yeah. Diabolic Contract. At 3rd level, you sign a Diabolic Contract with an Archdevil who welcomes you into the Order of Desolation. You're going to be choosing between the Architect of Ruin, the Hellspeaker, the Painkiller, the Sanguine Knight, or the Shadow Master as your Archdevil. Each of these subclasses is detailed after the class's description. Your choice is going to gain you features of 3rd level, and then again at 7th, 11th, and 15th.
Great, and just like any subclasses, are going to expand what you can do in different ways. Some are magic-based, some are more focus on doing melee combat, for example. And I think in a next video, we'll talk about all the subclasses in a little more detail. Okay, then you get, also at 3rd level, Invoke Hell. Your Diabolic connection allows you to channel infernal energy to empower effects. Your chosen Diabolic contract gives you 2 Invoke Hell options and describes how to use each. When you use your Invoke Hell option, you choose which option to use. You must finish a short or long rest to invoke Hell again. These are like Channel Divinity for Paladin, give you really strong effects based on your class and subclass with appropriate DC saves. And do very strong busted things on a long rest.
Then at 5th level, you're getting your extra attack. You can attack twice instead of once. We love classes that have extra attack.
Yeah, and this is, again, baked into a class that's already very powerful. Unlike Warlock, you don't need to take a invocation to get extra attacks. Here it's just built into the main class. That's pretty insane. Then we have Infernal Conduit. This is your 6th level Illrigger feature. You can strengthen your allies at the cost of yourself, or drain your enemy's life force for your own gain. You get a pool of Infernal Conduit dice, which are D10s. Number of Infernal Conduit dice increases as you gain Illrigger levels. This is some really cool abilities. It's always fun having a pool of dice to do really fun things.
Absolutely.
Roll, like Battle Master Fighter, for example. But as you can see, this is just part of the main class. It's not like a subclass. You're getting psionic dice and stuff like that.
It's coming straight from your main class,
That's
which is
insane.
a really powerful feature.
As an action, you can touch another creature and spend 1 or more dice from your pool. Then they make a con save against your interdict save DC, or they can willingly fail. What happens? 2 things.
On a failed save, the target gains hit points equal to the total you rolled, and you take necrotic damage equal to the total. On a successful save, the target regains half as many hit points, and you take necrotic damage equal to that total. Save or fail, this necrotic damage can't be reduced in any way, and if this damage reduces you to 0 hit points, you fall unconscious and are stabilized.
Okay, really interesting. So we're getting to like a lay on hands type ability, but it's like reversed, right? Because it's, you're not just giving hit points, you're having to strategically think about when you want to lay on hands in this kind of like negative, hellish way and take damage. So so far you're getting all the attacks, some options to heal, invocations.
It's this very powerful, very balanced
so
class.
Stacked. Then you get Devour as the other option. On a failed save, a target takes necrotic damage equal to the total you rolled, and you regain hit points equal to that total. On a successful save, the target takes half as much. When you reach 11th level in this class, the target also gains a level of exhaustion on a failed save, so you do damage and you exhaust. Really powerful. There's a lot of strategic options here to think about. You really got to be in the mindset of wanting that crunch and wanting that power. And if you're able to put all the pieces together, if you got that strong mind palace, this is gonna, I think, work wonders for you.
Absolutely. At 10th level, you're getting your blood price. You can strengthen your defenses at the cost of your vitality. When you fail a saving throw, you can spend 1 of your hit die, rolling it and adding the number rolled to the result of the save.
Okay, let me first say, if you're not doing like a ton of rest and stuff like that, using hit dice as a resource, it's crazy. Essentially, this class is letting you use everything as a resource. Everything you have available as your character, you can decide to use it for good or for ill, right? Depending on damage or healing. So insane.
In one of our campaigns, this is busted.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. We're only halfway through.
Terrorizing Force, you're getting at 11th level. Your attacks are empowered with devastating might. You gain this feature, choose a damage type, cold, fire, necrotic, or poison. When you hit with a weapon attack, you deal an extra 1d8 damage of the chosen type. You can choose a different damage type when you finish a long rest.
Really cool. Of course, you have good options there that are hell themed. This is like the improved Divine Smite for Paladin. You also get at this point an extra d8 to all your attacks. So that does kind of parallel Paladin in a way, and I think pretty good, just extra damage.
Yep. Superior Interdict. Damage from your seals ignores any damage resistances the target has.
This is a 14th level ability.
In addition, you can use a bonus action to regain a seal if you have none remaining. Once you regain a seal in this way, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest.
Pretty cool. The seals are kind of your main damage source. Ignoring resistances is very important. It doesn't ignore immunities, though, but still very good.
Correct. At 17th level, you get Infernal Majesty. Your Archdevil bestows upon you the ability to don a measure of their power. As a bonus action, you can channel the Might of Hell, gaining the following benefits for 10 minutes. You gain resistance to fire, cold, and necrotic damage. Wings appear on your back, granting you a flight speed of 60 feet. And when you use your blood price, you can cause an enemy you can see within 10 feet of you to take damage equal to the number rolled on your hit die. And when you hit with a weapon attack, your Terrorizing Force deals an extra 2d8 damage instead of 1d8. For the duration, if you die, you can choose to have your body disappear into a burst of flame, leaving behind only your equipment. If you do, your body reforms 1d6 days later somewhere in hell.
Cool.
Once your body reforms, you return to life and regain all your hit points. Once you channel your Infernal Majesty, you must finish a long rest before you can do so again. Very powerful 17th level ability.
Also, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Wow.
It's a transformation. You usually see this almost exclusively just in subclasses, like the
Yes.
Undead Undying Warlock
Yes.
or the Vengeance Paladin, where you get the
Wild.
wings. And this is just basically the main class to have a transformation with wings. Really cool.
Incredible.
You basically are like immortal, because then if you die, you go to hell and you're back. Wow, this is good.
Really powerful.
And finally, Master of Hell, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
20th level Illrigger feature ability. You learn to tear open a rift to hell to wreak fury on your enemies. As an action, you can summon a Hellstorm centered in a point you can see within 150 feet. Choose one of the following effects, and it fills a 50-foot radius. This is bigger, I think, than this is like Meteor Swarm level.
Inferno. Hellfire rains down on your foes. Each enemy in that area must make a dex save throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 5d10 fire damage plus 5d10 necrotic damage, and they burn for 1 minute. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage and does not burn. A creature burning in this way must repeat this saving throw at the end of their turn, taking 1d10 fire damage plus 1d10 necrotic damage on a failed save, or ending the effect on themselves on a successful one. The Hellfire cannot be extinguished by non-magical means.
This is a really good choice. This is like a Meteor Swarm, a 9th level spell, with extra fire DOTs, damage over time. It can't be extinguished. It's not just gonna be rolling. If you hit, this is a way to clear out a group of creatures without using spell slots or even being like a spellcaster.
Incredibly powerful.
Really fun capstone, and we're not even done because they also get the option to do Pestilence. A foul miasma swirls around your foes. Each enemy in that area, the 50-foot radius, which is enormous, by the way, must make a con saving throw. And a failed save is 5d10 poison, 5d10 necrotic, and they're poisoned for 1 minute. If they make the save, they take half damage and don't become poisoned. So poison's a great condition, applying disadvantage. And there's another option.
A darkness! A bitter storm assails your foes. Each enemy in that area must make a con save, taking 10d10 cold damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Additionally, the storm's gloom persists for 1 minute, and each enemy within that area is blinded for the duration or until they leave the area.
Wow, very good. Blinded automatically with no save. They're just blinded.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's a really cool darkness you can throw. 150 feet is nothing to scoff at. That's like multiple battlefields away.
Absolutely.
Hellstorm is once a long rest, which is crazy.
Well, that wraps up our coverage of the Illrigger main class. We're going to be bringing the subclasses next, and maybe even some of the interdict boons.
Yeah, that's true. We could talk about those if you want to learn more about them. For me, just the main class is, of course, like a triple S. This is so ultra powerful. You have to make sure your DM and your table want a character this strong, and to make sure you have a little bit of foresight and also good game knowledge, so you're taking advantage of everything and not like slowing on the table with everything you can possibly do.
Because you can do anything.
Yeah, and your seals on this creature and that creature and where is they at. So yeah, amazingly powerful. If you have a chance to play it, do it. And do you have to be evil? Not necessarily. If you look at the description, there's some ways to make it so you have a little bit of a backstory that's sort of like gray, shades of gray. So that's okay. Either way, still really cool.
Insanely powerful. Hope you get a chance to try out an Illrigger in one of your upcoming campaigns. If we missed anything or you've got any comments, please leave them down below. We look forward to hearing from you soon. We'll see you next time.
See ya.